Welcome everyone, it's Vapor Strakamar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be doing some ridiculous stuff involving Fireknight again. Yes, involving Fireknight. Because, I still need to do that Arbiter mission. It's not done. And since there's a Fireknight tournament, I might as well do a bunch of Fireknight. At least it's a full set of at least it's a full set of shield procs. I'm going to get under there. Break the shield. I mean, I could put Gala in here. But the main thing with the whole Fireknight setup is to just keep Cold Heart alive. That is the main setup. And then try to... Because see, once you can shove his turn meter back, if you can, he gets less of an opportunity to be a vermin. I am thinking Deacon would be good for a speed run of this, mainly because Deacon would both decrease defense and decrease the turn meter. Anyone see that? Yep, we're moving on. We're moving on. Because I've gotta keep the Fireknight tournament rolling, because I need to get these missions done, man. I want to get to the mission where I get to complete more missions. Then that's where we'll be able to get Arbiter finally. My throat's being weird today. Yes, to get Arbiter. Because I really badly want Arbiter. Because she will change this account. In a way. Maybe. Like, she will be part of the lore, but... You know something really bizarre is... I have someone just like Arbiter now on this account in the time frame it took to get Arbiter. Because I have a Godseeker and Neri now. I mean, Arbiter is still the gold standard, but she's not... I have stuff that can do stuff like her because it's taken so long to actually get a hold of a genuine Arbiter. Because the game really makes it hard for you to get one. By the time you get an Arbiter, you generally have a lot of other things. A lot of other really powerful options. By the time you get an Arbiter. I don't like to admit that, but that's what ends up happening, because the missions for Arbiter are so intensely hard that your chances of getting an Arbiter before making an entire team to do everything you need to do in the game is very low. That's a fact of the matter. I really don't like to admit that, but it's a fact. Because for all I know, eventually, because the Arbiter missions are so hard, I'm going to be developing new champions and stuff to fill her role entirely. Which is not far from the truth. It really isn't. Not that I don't want her, because she works well in she works well in the lore and as an arena lead. But yeah, by the time I get her, we are going to have a hell of a time with that. Like I'm already a lot of the way there. Like I already have a reviver with Syl. I have a Drexthar fused and one coming up. I've got a Godseeker and Neri I could build out. I've got a lot of stuff now. But yeah, it's a long way up. Because I need to, at the end of the day, I need to get like I'm probably gonna end up building out my apothecary before we get Arbiter. As insane as that sounds. As insane as that sounds. Because there is a real likelihood that I'm going to be building out a bunch more food. To raise more champions. I kid you not. Because I do not see how I'm going to get an Arbiter anytime soon, even if I complete these quests. That's the truth. I may end up developing out a lot more of my squad. Because I may end up needing it for higher content. As ridiculous as that sounds. Well, there's Apothecary, but there's also Deacon. The thing about Deacon, although he's good at crushing defense, Deacon has a major problem. And that is Deacon doesn't heal as much under high, like a lot, under high problematic situations. He kind of does with the leech. I still want to make a really fast Apothecary. I'm not done with the Fireknight quest because I still have to do oh, why not? We'll do a 10 pull. Three decent foods. I still have to do the Fireknight mission, which is going to become annoyingly hard. I don't know what gear. I'm not interested in pulling shards. I'm interested in gear. Gear and artifacts. And then eventually... Okay, so... we need to find... I'll have to compare that later. I have to continue the Fireknight grind. Because Fireknight is going to be big. Yeah, we'll start with this one. Because I need to do a lot of Fireknight for the stuff. So we'll do Fireknight, and then we'll do Arena. Because I have to try to do Arena no matter what. I do eventually have to do more leveling of food. Because at the end, I actually have to do a fair amount on Fireknight. Because otherwise, we're not beating this Arbiter mission. Which is gonna suck. Because I want to at least get close to the Arbiter. I want to see what is over there. Because I've never actually done it before. As I've always fantasized about it. But I never really thought about how interesting would it be to actually have an Arbiter in my possession. At the beginning of the game, I thought I was going to have her on my team. No. No, to get her on your team, you have to go through hell and back. Literally to hell and back. The highest I can do is the level 185 one. I'm going to have to find better gear, more accuracy, etc., if I want. If I want the crazy Fireknight, I need to re-gear Coldheart again. Because Coldheart needs to be able to land her stuff. And that's a fact. And probably both land her stuff and do a bunch of other things. Like you want her to land her abilities, her heal reduction and the Heart Seeker. Because the Heart Seeker, the Art of Pain helps. It helps. But it's not in the same caliber. Her other two abilities are what define her in a lot of dungeons. The Flurry of Arrows. Flurry of Arrows and Heart Seeker is what really defines Coldheart. That's really what makes her a goddess in a lot of dungeons. I mean, I guess the Art of Pain helps her land, helps her act as a source of poison in a dungeon if she needs to. But it's the other two that are the big damage dealing, multi-hitting attacks. Especially because what Heart Seeker does is it pushes the turn meter back of an enemy really far into their skull. That's why it's such a big ability. And why you want to book it out first. And yes, you do want to invest books in Coldheart, because Coldheart is an amazing champion. Yeah, decreasing his accuracy is not bad. Because that means it's less likely for him to land his stuff. And there, oh, 6-star immunity gear. Does that count? Increase a champion's level in the tavern 3 times. So how about him first? Because he is the Christmas elf. Let's do some arena. So, let's try a different team. So, we can try this randomly. So that'll get her res off. Okay, that gets a lot of advantage there. Because then she has to choose. Then she has to choose who she wants to res. Because you want to make the Syl have to choose. Okay, he chooses you. Interesting. Okay. Decrease the speed. There we go. I'll take it. This one looks like let's try it, actually. Okay, we're faster. Get that going. Decrease the turn meter. Makes her have to choose. Because again, you always want to make a Syl have to choose. Okay, good. Perfect. Because we're going to want to target the Syl last in this composition. Boom. Most of these are not ideal. This isn't ideal either, but I have an really game. Okay, we have a lot of not ideal teams that we have to deal with. How do I want to set this up? Let's start with this. Okay, they're faster. That's disconcerting. Faster, but squishier. General consensus. Okay, so this, we're going to need a special team to do this. Because this looks bad. Okay, so I went for this team because I'm expecting this to be a really annoying slugfest. That's why. Okay, got her out of the picture. One day I'll get a rosin. One day it will happen. The game will finally give me a raider or a penitent on the other account, and one of the accounts will get it. Okay, there we go. Now we just have to find one more. Let's try a combination. Okay, they're not fast, so I'm assuming they're very high in other stats. That's what I'm assuming. I was correct. They are high in other stats. So they're a very good go second team. I do not see us winning this. But at least the end came quickly. Let's try something weird in the mind. So again, they're definitely not fast. Yeah. They're definitely not fast. I do think, though, that maybe if I put Vogoth in that mix, that would have been a better thing to do. Anyway. Where else do I want to go? What are we? Okay, do we have the thing? Okay, we have that. But I need to move more dungeons and more arena for that to work. Okay. Let's do some bosses. Starting with this one. Because I'm starting to think that the best thing for progression on this account is literally raising more food. And maybe Master Butcher. I think that's the best thing for progression. Because Master Butcher obviously is going to be good versus Bommel. And having more food is going to be useful because it's going to allow me to get another rank 6. Because right now, getting rank 6s of any kind is going to be a priority. I mean, it just is going to be. It's going to be because this account severely lacks that. Because I'm trying to complete the daily quest while doing the Arbiter mission. Yeah, why not? We'll do some Khazar. I just don't want to spread myself out too thin, man. Because when you really get pinched with the resources required to get a rank 6, you really have to be careful. As it takes a lot of resources to make one. Speaking of resources, I've got to start farming the Celestial Griffin. Because he's not going to be available next time as well. Got him. Thekir's junk. We know it. I'll pick that up when I finish up my Arbiter quest. Because I'm not giving it up until I get this quest done. Because here's the thing. I normally would not care about the Arbiter quest, except the Arbiter quest has a specific thing to it. I need to complete it to advance in a lot of things. I'm still trying to decide who gets that food. I mean, even I'm thinking maybe Dark Elhain would be a good choice to complete the plot, but I feel like I need even more development before I can do that. I need to develop more as a character. Because I've got to prove that I'm advancing. Because at the end of the day, I need more damage dealers. There's no two ways about it. I need more and better damage dealers. Area of effect damage dealers for a lot of specific purposes. But I need to get a lot of better gear for them. I will be doing more Minotaur. It's just this specific. In fact, nah, I'll leave that off for now because of the Fireknight tournament. Fireknight tournament I've ignored in the past but a bit too much. Especially since I didn't know how to get past that one piece of Fireknight, and then I decided to develop Coldheart. I originally developed Gala as an arena nuker, but my gear was so bad that it didn't work out. Because she needs better gear. Better gear. You'd be surprised how hard it is to get good gear. There's a reason that a lot of pay-to-win players will buy gears because it's incredibly inconvenient to get good gear with even half-decent substats. See, by shoving the turn meter back, we give a whole new lease on doing damage. Because that's the turn meter right there, see? And then that gives us heal reduction. And my throat is messed up today. Please, 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 please. I want to try to get these artifacts. I would try to Heart Seeker that, but I think the Heart Seeker would be wasted. And the last thing you want to do is waste an ability like that. So yeah, we're going to continue up the ladder just to go all the way to the top of Fireknight, because that only makes sense. Or at least as much as my energy fuel will allow. Because I don't want to dig into my gems anymore for now, because I will need them for the next big event. I will need them. Because the amount of energy that you consume in an average day of raid, it's a pretty astonishing amount. Especially if you're ever trying to, you know, do tournaments or anything like that. It's a lot. Like, even if you're going for the lowest prize, it's still a lot. Like, too much. It really eats up your resources. So we're using these flurry of arrows, hoping that the flurry of arrows lands the essential heal reduction if I can get it landed. The flurry is 4 arrows, though, so it's a lot of arrows. Like, see how she, like, literally just throws out a whole thing of arrows? Since Syl is failing to do that, I'm going to shove his turn meter back. Because I want to, like... I want to get some significant damage on him before he goes under the shield. Because he will inevitably hide behind the shield and smack you. Inevitably. It's just a matter of time. Flurry of arrows. The other thing is when you pull champions, you're responsible for developing them. That's the thing. You're responsible for developing a lot of good champions that you get. I already have a lot of champions that are really good vying for resources, and most likely if I pull for new ones, I'm just going to get the ones that aren't good. So, and if I want to do that, I'm just going to do that with mystery shards for now at least. Until I have shards to spare. Okay. Let's go straight to the big one before we end off this video. Because I want to make progress. And the only way I think I can make significantly fast progress on this mission is by quite literally going to the big suckers. Because by going to the big sucker over here, we can bypass the best we can do. We can bypass having to get 4-star gear. Which, to be honest with you, is exactly what I want. I want to bypass the 4-star gear. You fight the Ray. Good, we got him on stunned. The one thing that helps with Vogoth and AoEs is if you have that, it makes it easier for the for him to heal. Because in general, the AoE, the area of effect attack, will hit him, and then he'll just heal everything. Like so. So, this version of the Fireknight, you can really tell we're in like the real depths of it. Like the way, the quality of the magma. And the way that the lava's jumping around with the one skeleton. You can tell that we are truly in the depths of the worst of the Fireknight. You can truly tell that. Now, I am going to, or almost the worst. Like, okay, this guy has the same level as Minotaur 15. To give you a clue, this guy has the same level as Minotaur 15. It's surprisingly not the top one, but he is the same level as Minotaur 15. But yeah, the reason I'm fighting him at this level is I'm hoping he's going to drop another piece of the good gear. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Get some poison on him. I don't usually go for the provokes because provoke just does not work well on him. I mean, I'm trying to use it as an area of effect attack to try to do more damage. Okay, he's going to go behind that. He's going to go for a big stomp this time. Nearly one-shot my cold heart. Or, like, take her down a bunch of health. This is literally as hard as I think I can do it. Because after this, the consistency goes down dramatically. Heartseeker him. Because that keeps the fight going. Ooh, we got some good decreased turn meter. It's still, this is a hard fight. Like, this is the big final fight of what I can do on this guy without literally overstepping my bounds and losing. I don't like to say that that's what's going to happen, but that's what's going to happen. I've tested it earlier. I haven't changed Cold Heart's gear dramatically. Cold Heart's gear would need a rework for me to fight above this. I kid you not. In fact, a bunch of them would need a rework of gear, including Drexthar. You need a lot of damage in order to kill the, like, in accuracy too. I'd have to rework it for both damage and accuracy. Yeah. At least we got 4 stacks on him there. There we go. Well, we'll cover that next time. Where are we at tournament-wise? 9. Not bad. I will be doing more of it soon. Is there any additional stuff I can do? Yes, there is. Oh, wow. I wish I had a Magnar, man. I want a Magnar so bad. Okay, this one, we're just going to shove a Cold Heart into the mix and a Vogoth. And that should help. Miscreated is, yeah. He's a piece of work. Gotta burn him. I'm thinking Heartseeker would be a good starter. Wow, you resisted that. How about a provoke? Okay. We got the provoke. That should help. Perfect. Let's just leave it at that.